Good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys. How's it going? Chef and Klein Guy. Amos, bro. What's up, guys? Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Like I'm still playing around with the new mic, so yeah, should be good though. What's good, guys? What's good? Yeah, man. Oh man, St. Patrick's Day. It crept up on me. I wasn't even ready for it this year. I had kind of kind of lost, but I got my green hat on, so we're good to go. Yeah, absolutely. I'm using Streamlabs OBS is what I'm using. So I have the Stream Deck going and OBS, and yeah, that's what I'm listening to. I'm trying to get the I'm working with some external audio. Like with the XLR is a whole new level. Like the USB mics were pretty just plug and play, right? But these XLRs are yeah, you can actually you can do a lot more with them. So I got this other software I'm trying to figure out, and yeah, it's coming along quite good though. I've actually figured out a lot of it so already. So I'd say the next week or so, yeah, I'll have, I'm trying to clean up the audio, make it deeper and stuff like that. Sound more like studio sound, right? But yeah, this is just straight into the amp into the computer. So just all I've touched is the gain on the yeah. St. Patrick's Day is a crazy day. But Klein Guy, Streamlabs is definitely there's definitely like a lot of stuff you can do with it, like tweaking it. The major thing is setting the proper bit rate. I would say it should be your bit rate would depend on your internet connection and how good a computer you are streaming from. And I think mine is set at like 5,000, but if you lowered it down to between like 2 and 5,000 is good. If I remember correctly, it's been so long since I said it. But yeah, I think it's between 2 and 6,000 or something like that. But yeah, is good. So yeah, so try messing with that. Yeah, it's definitely more of a hog than straight OBS is, but it's worth it when you get it up and running. Yeah, I started off using OBS, straight OBS, and yeah, I'm glad I jumped to the Streamlabs because it's crazy amazing. Yeah, you have to be on Streamlabs nowadays because of like there's all the different plugins and stuff that you can get for it. So yeah. But yeah, so Amos, how are you, my man? And Chef, my God, Chef Pete, dude, I had something to show you. I'm just gonna give you the name of it, okay? It's called the Dab Tornado, is what it is. But on Tuesday night, we'll show that. Yeah, the Tuesday night live stream was actually on Thursday night this week, but it was crazy day in March. Yeah, my grandfather was Irish. He pure Irishman. Grew up in Cabbagetown, Toronto, which was an older Irish neighborhood back then, right? And yeah, he was a good man. He was a really cool dude. So Andy, good morning. How's it going, Andy? Nice, welcome to the chat. Yeah, Chef, bro. Yeah. So if you could make it on the Tuesday, ah, man, I don't know because of Creator Chaos now. Tuesday, I don't know if I'll go later or earlier or switch it, but we'll figure it out. There'll be at least one day a week where we'll do another live stream, and it's the all adult only one, right? Where you have to be 18 plus to get in. But yeah, then we can talk about stuff like that for sure. The Sunday morning PG-13 or PG or whatever. I don't know. PG show is about the tech, right? The new tech coming in. I know I did actually my very first live stream ever was on augmented and virtual reality, right? So I wanted to go back over that and see what has changed. So we're almost a year. No, I would say 9 months ago we did this stream. I'm perfectly good, my man. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I love my green hat. The shout out to Legend of Zelda as well. Yeah, it's I'm having a very good day today. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're right on, Chef. You betcha, buddy. I was if anyone sees me like smoking a vape, that's just a vape. Home of Conan and Dennis Leary. Oh, both love Dennis Leary. Conan. That's are you saying like home of Conan as if it was shot in Canada or something, or shot in shot in Ireland? Yeah, Zelda, great game. Yeah, it was a very good game, classic game. Yeah, Den of Tools. Good morning. Artificial or jeez, here I am again. Augmented reality is a tech still looking for its killer app. I actually found some really cool updates. There was a lot of there's quite a bit of more news in the about the augmented and virtual reality hardware and software. Worcester, yeah. MA. Okay, so but clarify what the MA is. MOS MA. I'm trying to. I can't figure that out. Red. The VR actually the AutoCAD VRED software is a nice piece of software actually. The designs, I'm sure that's designs will let you go into virtual reality and stuff like that. And man, you know, this just really brought it back to me. Like I need to boot up the HTC Vive and get into AutoCAD and Massachusetts. Oh right, yeah, right. I can never say that properly. Massachusetts. But yeah, I've been through Massachusetts. Yeah. I want to say, yeah, because I've been to Boston quite a bit, so not quite a bit. I've been there a few times, but yeah, like let's jump over to one more thing. So yeah, anyways, actually, I went back over and checked out the news and in the tech, and there's quite a bit of stuff going on, and yeah, we're gonna see that right away. All right, this
JLL globally is actively seeking disruptive technology.
Here's a video that'll give you an example.
A campaign which allows us to do virtual walkthroughs of properties. We've taken that one step further and introduced 3D scanning. We can now map an existing building and then create a virtual environment to place in that building. Some of the things that we're going to show you we've developed specifically for this presentation, so it's not commercially available. We'll actually be first to market with this application. A typical project for us, we might have a potential tenant looking at occupying a space. They can't quite understand how it's going to meet their operational requirements.
With virtual and augmented reality technology, we can show you what those physical objects look like, so there's no need to understand them on a 2D drawing when you can stand in a space like that and physically see what the infrastructure or the furniture set looks like. It's the difference between look and feel. What we do is we load it up in 3D space and we say, well, actually, how does it feel? How does it feel to walk between these desks? Or how does it feel to walk that far over to the kitchen?
The most powerful thing for us is not so much the 3D render, it's what we do with that information. It's that data analytics. If we know the cost and availability of a product, we can automatically generate a bill of quantities or a quotation.
This process allows full transparency for our clients. Ultimately, this mitigates risk in our construction projects.
By use of new technologies, essentially what we've got is...
So yeah, just slow down there just to slow that down for you. This is why this is so important for efficiency and for like the whole LEED type of concept, right? Green building and things like that, because it'll be limiting waste and be limited. Yeah. It will limit let me explain this. All right. So we got this. The designs in, say, for example, CAD, are then rendered into virtual and augmented or virtual reality, and designers can pick out see problems and like conflicts and things like that in the design phase, and can make adjustments, right, on the because obviously the 2D printing, right, the 2D drawings, the old school drawings, you're not going to be able to see depth, because humans, we have no depth perception, right? Excuse me, sorry. So to put it into virtual reality gives us that superpower of being able to see it in with depth, right? So when augmented reality comes into it, it takes an existing structure or existing something, like, and it like transmits it into into virtual reality, right? So you can see it, and that's where drones and things like that come in, right? Where augmented data is collected, right? They'll fly around, scan the sites, and the information will be relayed to the servers real time, and the renderings and all the drawings of that will develop or change. So what he's saying here is that when they're into virtual reality, they can look in designs, and like they can play with colors, they can play with they can move walls and things like that for better lighting and airflow. They can find out where there'll be like air traps, or like warm areas, cool areas, things like that, right? So they can make adjustments to the building, right, to the walls, to move window here or there, things like that, right? So that's good morning, Eddie. How's it going, guys? That's actually really really neat, because it's just if you've been on a commercial job sites, right, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This whole BIM thing, which the augmented reality and virtual reality is going to be is a part of, which will be a part of now, which is neat, because it's the bridge between the designers and the project managers and the suppliers and the contractors, right? So it ties everybody together, the building information modeling, right? But the actual virtual reality and augmented reality, it links that augmented reality, augmented reality is it's based on or like data that already exists, right? Like how do I say it? Let's see here. I think how can I actually. Oop. All right. So the thing is that augmented reality is an interactive experience of a real world environment where the objects that reside in the real world are augmented by computer generated perceptual information, sometimes across multiple sensory modalities, including visual, auditory, haptic, somatosensory, and olfactory. But yeah, it can put exactly, right. So you go in and you put on the glasses, which we'll see. I got tons of examples, and you could be in an empty space, you put the glasses on, and you're looking around, and you see the furniture, you see the people, even, right? They can render people now walking in the spaces and stuff like that, and you can see where the desks are and things like that, right? That's it's really cool. It's really cool, like seeing it in real time, right? It's really neat stuff. And then if I go to virtual, so in virtual reality is an interactive computer-generated experience taking place within a simulated environment. It incorporates mainly auditory and visual feedback, but may also allow other types of sensory feedback. This immersive environment can be similar to the real world, or it can be like fantasy. But yeah, this was VR. No, that's VR. Yeah, that was the definition of virtual reality. Yeah, yeah, augmented. And the neat thing about the augmented reality though is because you can see like you can see the different like you can see the different things that you can't see with your own eyes, right? Like I was saying, heat, like cold spots, hot spots. You know, if there's shading, right? Shading from the window, like something's being blocked. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm pulling that up right now.
This is a
oh, the HoloLens, yeah. The definitely going to be talking about the HoloLens. This is an amazing piece of tech. I think the Google ones are going to be
game changer.
Something.
I've just been on the train for 3 hours and I could not take it off. It is incredible. So this is it, the Microsoft HoloLens. I've attached it to my laptop and I'm going to move the camera behind me so you can see everything that I'm seeing when I try this on. It's got an adjustable strap at the back. I don't need the lead to run this, but this is purely so I can project the images onto my laptop so I can demonstrate to you how this works. Okay, let's get ready.
So the first thing I want to show you is how I interact.
Eddie, man, good morning. And I saw Christine over on the Creator Chaos stream there, and I never had a chance to ask her how her dad's doing and all that. But hopefully things are okay. And yeah, bro, my heart goes out to you guys, everybody. So yeah, hopefully everything's are going okay for you as good as they can, right?
With the HoloLens from a business perspective. So here I'm going to open Excel, and this is directly connected to Office 365. It's a bit difficult to talk and do this at the same time. So here I can access all of my work documents, and I can make this pretty much any size I want to. And I can push it farther away or keep it nice and close. And I can then view all of my documents, files, photos, and access the web. So here you've got Microsoft Edge, and this is my blog. So I've got the scroll tools where I can scroll down and read anything that I want on a web browser. And then you've got these really cool aspects like holograms, which are just so clear and so surreal. Here I've got a Word document. Again, this is using the very clever HoloLens technology where it maps every object in your room. So you can pinpoint and
yeah. See, like there's like those lasers, right? Last week's live stream at the very end, I was playing a video on the different types of lasers, and yeah, I agree, Eddie. I definitely agree. That's right, Dena. That's right, Denatools. You're absolutely right. That's a good way to put it. So, I must be too early for me today, but yeah, that's absolutely a good way to put it. Excuse me. But the augmented too is also the collection of real-time data and using it for something, right? So, yeah, it's got many applications, right? It's quite a term, right? Augmented intelligence, augmented reality. It's definitely it makes more sense than artificial, right? Artificial intelligence and things like that, because the AI, for example, is kind of still fantasy almost, right? Like it's a long way away from being developed, I would say. So augmented, I'm sure, will be starting to break into its own subcategories, right? Sooner than later, because it's definitely a big term nowadays, right? But yeah. It would be really nice to have stuff like that. Yeah, the HoloLens, I'm sure you could just you could connect it to your computer, I'm sure, right? Like this guy, and that would be different. In VR, you're right; it's totally submersive, right? So when you're behind the lid here, you're fully inside of it. There's some pretty neat stuff that's coming out. Good morning, Scully's House of Thrillers. How are you, my man? Nice to see you. Is this the one that we were... Yeah, this is kind of the same. Excuse me. These glasses here? These are augmented glasses, obviously, right? But I don't know what brand
At a future state, we're hoping to drop people in. So we can just say, load up 4 or 5 staff and just have animated characters walking around the environment.
You've got these glasses here, which is akin to looking at what would be the first IBM computer. We'll be looking back on this footage in a decade from now, thinking how ridiculous this looks. So there's a real opportunity across all industries to actually embrace this technology.
Right? 10 years from now, we will be looking back at it. And yeah, what a joke, right? This here now is another thing. Extended reality, right? We're not gonna go any further into it really, but the SolidWorks 2019. This is just really neat. Are those HoloLenses too, eh? Okay, I see.
For companies seeking an immersive experience for their designs, eDrawings Professional 2019 provides a seamless path to virtual reality. Simply open the SolidWorks assembly in VR, adjust
so we
the scene
get
setting.
what that is, right? The VR, but this is the cool thing. Yeah, right there.
Plus much more. You can now
This
create
right
your
here.
own augmented or virtual reality.
This is amazing. Okay, so this blows my mind. Okay, so this is augmented reality, and it gives you a kind of a gives you a better idea of what we're talking about here. You can assemble and create things in 3 dimension like this, right? Using your hands, you could use tools even to do things, and yeah, this is just such an amazing thing for designing and education. It's awesome. Like you do the designs, you build the you build the structure, you build the engine, you build whatever it is you're building, and you can also at the same time get data from suppliers and even the manufacturers, whatever, and you can tell if those parts are available, what they'll cost, and like shipping times and all this stuff. And the design will put together, if say if a part is unavailable or discontinued or something like that, it'll tell you, you got to change it, you got to use something different, right? Or if something doesn't match a certain code, right, like a building code or something like that, you can say, oh no, this isn't up to code, you got to change it with this product, and closest products to your job site are located here, there, whatever. And as you're building it in real time in the field, say you're building the structure or you're building this car or engine or thing or whatever this guy's building, and the computer can also automatically tell the suppliers when to ship. And you'll get like a notification that it was shipped and to be expecting delivery, and you can manage all your deliveries so there's no conflict, so like all these trucks don't show up at once. Like there's so many things that it could do. It's gonna be awesome. And for us guys in construction, right, how messy it is, how it's very, very, very messy and hard and difficult to coordinate these jobs. You have sometimes like 30 different trades on a site, right? You got so many people, hundreds of guys, and all these trades and different companies. And the prime contractor is, trying to keep everything organized, right? And scheduling the deliveries, for example. can be a mess, you know, especially if you need tower cranes or zoom booms or skid steers, whatever, right? And then there's the issue of the space, right? There's only so much space on site, and you can't have you can't have multiple deliveries showing up at one time, right? But then, you know, also too, you're always held up because you're waiting for something to come, or something's not in stock, or you got something's not made and like manufactured, prefabbed on time. There's so many things that, like, so many delays, right? This stuff will tighten that all up, right? And you know, limit the waste and downtime, and that's very efficient. Good morning, Richard. Richard, how are you, my man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you, String Bean, Mr. String Bean. So yeah, like this is gonna be, in my opinion, one of the biggest, fastest growing things in our business right now is this tech. Refining the BIMs, like the BIM, and which is building information modeling, refining that and improving on that with you know, is critical. It's crucial, right? The industry is quite a mess at the time right now, with so many different styles of building, delivery methods and stuff like that. So many different styles, like modular building and, you know, stick framing and all, you know what I mean? Like there's such a price difference in the way that these things are coming together, that the margins are low and things are being rushed, and I'll quite honestly, more people are dying because of it. More safety, you'd think that there'd be less fatalities, but the fatalities from like 2006 to now have like doubled, more than doubled. And that's because of the lower margins, and everything's all rush now, and you know, people are getting hurt. So things like this, if you can jump onto this tech early, you'll have an edge, right? This could really help you tighten up your budgets and help with those margins. You know what I mean? It's not the best out there right now, and it's just a fact, right? Yeah. So what's this? Welcome to Markson's annual predictions. All right. So what virtual reality trends and augmented reality trends will be revealed in 2019? 2018 was a year of continued development for virtual reality and augmented reality. On the VR side, wireless was a major buzzword, and a movement to cheaper standalone HMDs was afoot. In the AR world, a wave of new apps hit Apple's App Store and the Google Play Store, letting users do everything from measure distance without a measuring tape to preview an entire new living room set right in their own home. As we enter 2019, the industry seems to have cooled a bit on virtual reality, which augmented reality is still touted as a transformational platform. So, yeah, right? That was what I was saying, you know. Oh, Chris, Richard. How have you been, anyways, buddy? We've been so busy, everybody, lately. It's like, man, you know, which is a good thing, right? Busy is a good thing. Yeah, I've definitely been missing you guys. So like I was saying, I almost got to finish saying the tape measures, right? You can go around and buzz, point, click, and the data is sent wirelessly to your phone and or tablet, whatever, I guess, through a Wi-Fi connection. And then, yeah, so your measurements are done, and the software will render the rooms and stuff like that. It's insane. All you gotta do is go in, point, click. You'll take a measurement with your laser. You'll name that measurement with your phone, and then it's saved right to some cloud app. You could download it into CAD or whatever, I'm sure, right? At the end, it's been really really neat, and that's pretty affordable stuff. I think Bosch would be at the forefront of that at the moment, I believe, with the laser technology integrating with like these augmented reality apps, right? So let's see here, augmented reality demo. I don't know if there's any volume on this one. So yeah, so look at this right here. This person is simply just planting flowers in the living room, right? Not planting, he's standing them up, decorating it with flowers. So that's the idea, right? You can just move objects around and see them in an environment. That's real life, right? Let's not forget too, like, the way that drones are going to interact with this software and sensors and other things like that, cameras, there's different types of cameras, right? We've come into, there's going to be, you're going to see like things on these job sites coming about, like drones, and maybe you'll have cameras set up or whatever, but the drones can go around and scan areas of the building real time. Say you're in a meeting and you got all the foremen around. It's a foreman's meeting or a project manager designer meeting, and you're in the office around the table having the meeting, and you guys are talking about something, right, in a certain area. You could pull up the area in real time and send a drone over to that area, get scanned, and in real time you could be looking at the exact existing structure. You know what I mean? And then you can look a few steps ahead and see if there's going to be any issues, right? Something happens and you need to swap a product out or something. You can go into this software and switch out things and see if it will be conflicting in future, like if it'll mess anything up, right? Like any of your project milestones or anything like that, right? It's pretty neat stuff. I don't know if this is a new Oculus Rift? I'm not sure what this is about, but oh my gosh, look at this. You remember? Oh my god, what a game.
Whoa. The cherry down there. Nice grab, Nice. Cut up.
Yeah, there you go.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's good to hear, Richard.
Forward, down, forward, wide. Wow. Whoa.
It's a little different, but so let's see here. The hype cycle. Yeah, they're gonna get company predictions. Oh my goodness. The Google will care less about its Android user base and will push for more Apple-style premium offerings. Ooh, interesting. Facebook will try to get into AR hardware. They're really trying to get into virtual reality, augmented reality stuff for some reason. They're trying to get something going. Facebook is up to something. I do know there's a lot of buzz about them when we're talking about the AR VR stuff. So Wayfair goes broke when augmented reality doesn't save them. That's hilarious. Magic Leap, yeah. Oh, they say that, man, interesting. Yeah, most popular choice for interior designers, and drives 75% of consumer purchase behavior in store and at home. This is another really, like, there's some stuff, man. Like you could literally go to the mall where with the headset on, go to the stores and see if the things you need are there. You don't even have to physically go to them anymore. You just have to put the glasses on and go to that store and you can see what they have and but purchase things. Have them mailed. I don't know if they get shipped or you go pick them up later. I'm not sure, but it's we're going to be seeing retail use this too in a lot of ways, a lot more ways. Global annihilation every year. That's hilarious. What? Well, that wouldn't be any good now, would it? What's that all about? Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, this is neat. I like this. This is eye tracking, I think. Yeah, it's man, Amos, like if you're into any construction at all and you own your company, you best be getting on this bandwagon. And the earlier the better. The earlier the better. Early adapters are, you know what I mean? Early adapters definitely have always, you know what I mean? Play it out. All right. Is it good? 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 All right. Should be okay now. Damn. Yeah, yeah. Should be good. Should be good. Oh, man. That was strange. I never had that happen before. Yeah. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Right on. Wow, shout out Ant, man. Team Smoke, how are you? Good morning, man. Man, you were up late last night. Eh? I saw you like must have been like 5 a.m. or something like that, or you're just up real early. I don't know. Right on, man. Nice to see you in the chat. Very cool, brother. Very cool. Good. I'm glad we're back. Well, I'm gonna switch over. Wow, eh? So, yeah, augmented reality, AR capable. So with the launch of AR-Kit 2.0, we have no multiplayer, right? Could you imagine that? Multiplayer mobile AR. So 5 a.m. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was early, right? Man, oh man. I think so. It would have been like, I think it was like 3:30 my time. So we got a 2-hour time difference. Yeah, right. Word. Love is love. Yeah, you bet. You bet. Yeah. Yeah, we got lots of love over here for sure. Yeah. Oh, AR advertising. Oh, but back onto the multiplayer thing. Oh, snap. You know what? I might have to actually shut some pages. Boom, boom. We do have the same time? Oh, okay. We do, eh? So it's 9:43. 9:43 a.m. my time. So it would be the same as you. Well, yeah, because I was just in and out of sleep last night, and yeah, I checked it out. I was up early for a bit before I fell asleep again, and almost woke up a little too late. Had to push my stream forward a half hour, but oh yeah, man, the Waffle House or something, right? Yeah, bro. So yeah, so like multiplayer is the neatest thing because now designers can be anywhere they want in the world and working on a design together, and it's really, yeah, right, yeah. So yeah, it's 2 hours, right? Yeah, dude, yeah. Back in Toronto, it's the same time as you guys, but I'm up in Edmonton. It's Mountain Standard Time up here, and yeah, my mom and dad, the family back in Toronto, are all 2 hours ahead of us. Right? 2 hours, yeah. So, man, oh man. Yeah, designers, so they're going to be able to be anywhere in the world, different offices across the world, and yeah, they could be putting these things together, working together in VR or in AR, right? The Vive Pro Eye, that's another one. That's another one that's going to be adding eye tracking, right? Which is can you imagine that eye tracking? So your eye moves and the soul of the environment, right? It's crazy stuff. That's a huge improvement because right now you literally have to move your head, right, to look around. But with eye tracking, you just look, right, and you just look at, and the camera will follow your eyes. So that's pretty neat. Look at that. There's the Nordic Track Bike VR. Cyber shoes, eh? The Pico. Yeah, I was always wondering about this one. The Pico G2 4K. I'm curious on that one because the HTC Vive. This is the HTC Vive Pro, and man, the best software for it right now is like the art software. So I got King Spray, right? So spray, I can literally go into it, and there's different scenes and stuff like that. I can go spray paint, whatever I want with, and that's an amazing program. So King Spray VR, awesome. And then of course I have Tilt Brush and all the big art software. I have all that, right? And even my daughter plays in Tilt Brush, right? She loves it. She's 5 and she's already in VR and working on art projects, right? It's amazing. Right, yeah, and that's also for that's a big thing. Amos, they're going to use these headsets to control drones and equipment, all kinds of stuff, right? So it's going to improve safety, right? All equipment that's going to be out there will be communicating with one another. Where everything is going to be tracked, and like, man, the way the world's going, like, there's going to be like it's you're better learn technology because it's going to be a hacker's world because everything's going to be connected and tracked, and yeah, there won't be nowhere to hide anymore. So turn pressure on wheels, yeah. yeah, it's pretty amazing. That's a good example too, Amos, of a use for the technology. Is yeah, you can be in a cockpit type situation and drive the equipment, right? So people won't even have to get up and go to work anymore. They just have to get up and sit down and put their gear on, and then they can do their work from home, right? Either whatever it is, right? Manning robots or equipment, drones, whatever, right? It's pretty crazy stuff. It's pretty crazy stuff, man. I love this page, Cubicle Ninjas. So what is augmented reality? What do they say? Before we dive into the rad, bad, and next fad, we want to address the most common question we receive. What is the difference between augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR? In short, augmented reality places objects in front of you, while virtual reality takes you to other places. Simple. Pretty neat, right? And a fire suppression system. Absolutely, right? Like you saw the guy managing his Microsoft docs just like right there in front of him. You know what I mean? Like, dudes, are we even gonna need actual computers anymore? Like, it's crazy. I mean, of course we will, right? But we need the processing power. But thinking about that, right? Think about it. They're like, man, oh man. There's some pretty neat stuff for construction. The last few pages are all about construction. The different hats and lenses that are coming out for actual construction workers and designers and stuff like that. It's incredible. See, like, check this out. So you're a homeowner and you or let's say you're a contractor and you're with a homeowner and you guys are trying to pick out the types of trim that they want, like the paint colors and trim. You can put something simple like a tablet or a phone up to their walls and show them what the different color would look like with the certain trim. You know what I mean? And that is customer service, right? Like, not only is it good for that, but a happy customer at the end of the day is what we want, right? They're the ones who will always pay you without a doubt. Well, most of the time. They're the ones who will recommend you to their friends and family. So this will also reduce your cost and time. It's just so efficient, right? So why wouldn't you get into it? You know what I mean? Like, look, lamp. I wonder what that new crock pot will look like on the counter. That yellow chair in my space. Good morning, Christina. How are you this morning? I hope you're okay. Okay, yeah, that's okay, Christina. Just lots of love to you and the rest of the family. It's I know, doing as good as you can, I'm sure. And we love you so much. So you be good. You just be as good as you can, and we're always here for you. String bean, yeah. Mr. Richard. Yeah, this would be super helpful for your real estate. People could take their phones, Christina, literally, and bring them to the showing and see what their furniture looks like in the space. Do you know what I'm saying? That would be really cool to have an app that could do that, Christina? Like the homeowners could literally just take pictures of their furniture at home and say they're whatever. Let's just say that different anything. Take pictures of what they have at home and then see what it looks like in the new houses, right? That would be so cool. They just have to look around and that would be really neat, eh? Oh, good morning, Brandon. Hi, buddy. How's it going? Very good to see you, Brandon. Nice to see you, buddy. Very cool. Oh yeah, I definitely gotta give Ant a wrench. But thanks, Christina. No, That I just never. I don't want to be in your shoes. That's for sure. It's so sad, because they're it sucks. And yeah, I don't know, Christine, if it's a free app or not. This app, I'm not sure what it even is. I would say that. So this is IKEA and Amazon, of course, right? I actually didn't even know that. So this is IKEA and Amazon. They jumped onto the AR bandwagon with View in Room 3D, IKEA Place, and Amazon AR View, respectively. So that's actually really neat. Even to know, right, Christina? Like the View in Room 3D, IKEA Place, and Amazon AR. Because yeah, even to see what new products would look like in the new space, right? Would be amazing, right? I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget, and then I'll look more into it and see. View in Room 3D, IKEA Place, Amazon AR Review. Neat. Very, very neat. So I love it. I think that's great. But I don't know if that app even exists, Christina. There might be an app that, but if not, that would be a good thing for you to do. Maybe, I don't know if you could get a programmer to program like an app that wouldn't be like stupid expensive, and that could take people's existing furniture and stuff like that and their stuff, right? So they just take pictures of it and then take it to the different showings with them and see what their stuff looks like in the different spaces. That would be really cool, right? That's kind of different too, but social, right? Yeah. Is this like, oh my gosh, yeah, Pokemon Go. That stuff is dangerous, eh? Affordability is an issue, yep. But it's different. Oh, the Gartner Hype Cycle. That's something really neat, but or set it to private, right? Brandon, he probably set it. Oh, he deleted it. Oh, okay. So in this instance, the dreams of expectations for AR were much higher than the current reality of the technology, leading to disappointment and disillusionment. However, as the utility continues to be unlocked, we expect an upswing in the AR industry overall. Are we in the peak of inflated expectations or the plateau of productivity? Yeah, we're definitely on the plateau of productivity. There's no way this concept is going away. This right here, this is a cool one. Oh, that's good. Hey, Will Rowe, good morning. Yeah, yeah, my goodness. Yeah, the different types here, right? Of extended reality. Yeah, another one on extended reality. With the continued expansion of VR and AR industries, a new term will come to the forefront for mainstream adopters in 2019. XR, cross reality or extended reality, is a phrase acts as an umbrella term that encompasses all real and virtual combined environments and human-machine interactions generated by computer technology and wearables. In this ecosystem, VR, AR, and MR all exist within the XR definition. There we go. iPhone XR and X's. So that would be the iPhone extended reality then. Interesting. Still won't make me still won't buy an iPhone, but yeah. Oh, increased awareness of legal liability. It definitely Augmented reality is quickly on its way to becoming a mainstream tech. With that exposure, however, comes an increase in legal implications, and in 2019, major brands will begin to take notice. Yeah, like the privacy concerns and things like that, right? That is, oh, see, look at this. This is computer vision right there, and yeah, computer vision, LiDAR imaging, all those things could be mixed together, right? And real live imaging. Very neat, very neat. That's funny. Five important augmented and virtual reality trends to watch out for. So alongside AI and automation, yeah, automation that's another thing too, right? Like, once the more robots and things like that start becoming the building machines, that we'll be using, the software will not only be scheduling it but running it as well, right? And that's that's the reality of things. And I'm gonna say in 10 years from now, we're gonna be seeing. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of stuff. But I like the idea for training, like right on the fly in the field training. People right now, for example, they never read safe work practices or safe job procedures, right? And the safe work practices and safe job procedures really give you, I see here VR teaching, really give you shit, what did I just lost my train of thought again. Training. So nobody reads them, and they give you the steps on how to do certain tasks, right, and how to do them safely. So it is a safety document, but it's also a tool for learning how to do things, right? And nobody reads them now. But if it was available to see right live in the field, right, with some kind of thing on your safety glasses or whatever, right, like clicking or saying search, yeah, a contact lens or something like that, yeah. Search for how to build or how to shore a wall, for example. Okay. Oh, definitely, yeah, I will for sure later on. You bet, will, Ro. It's beautiful again today. The weather is getting amazing, man. It's like spring is here. I can feel the summer coming. I'm highly excited for it. It's gonna be awesome summer. I got a lot of stuff planned. So, it'll be yeah, absolutely, Brandon. Yeah, it's gonna be massive for designers, right? Engineers, anybody in the design, interior decorators, even. It's going to be very, very useful software or technology, and yeah. Anyway, so if you be in the field, everyone has to wear safety glasses on our job sites, or at least have them with you. So, yeah, dude. All you have to do is put, like, say, search for how to shore up a wall, and the damn thing will show you how to shore up a wall, even in that space, live in that exact space. So you're not just learning somewhere like in a classroom or somewhere, it'll show you exactly what to do in that space, right? So that you just follow the steps, boom, 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 done, right? I love it, and the nice thing too is if it catches shoddy work. If you miss steps, then you're gonna get caught, right? Like you can't cut corners, for example, right? Because they're gonna know, and you're gonna have to fix it, right? So you're gonna be watched. Everything's gonna be watched. It's the way it's gonna be. When you're on a construction site, you're gonna definitely be, yeah. The only place you will not be watched is in the bathroom, right? And then the whole world is already getting like that as well, right? So it's pretty crazy stuff, but You know, it's very real. This is neat. This is the Bose augmented reality sunglasses, right? So they're sunglasses, and you can select songs, take calls, and stuff like that, and hear it perfectly. They sound really good. This is a volume dial, right? But yeah, all you have to do is talk to it, right? And it'll take calls. You can talk to people, you know, through Bluetooth and stuff like that. And Vince, that's too funny. Whoa. How's it going? Good morning, Vince. Nice of you to stop by, buddy. Nice to see you. Yeah, right? How do you cut corners? Or if you can't cut corners, how do you make a circle? Yeah, we're definitely building a lot more curvy, wavy things nowadays. If you know, things are. Yeah, Brandon, thanks for coming, buddy. Nice to see you. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Have a great day. You bet. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, take it like that. I'm just saying, like, this is pretty neat. Apparently, you can't hear it. Nobody can hear it. You can hear it a little bit when you take it off of your head, but as soon as it's on your head, nobody outside can hear it. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild stuff. Ever try oh man. Wow. I don't know. Yeah, the best set. So Oculus Rift, Sony PlayStation VR, HTC Vive, which we got here. Oculus Go, Samsung Gear, HTC Vive Pro. Oh yeah, I got the HTC Vive Pro. That's the one. That's a nice setup. Oh yeah, I see the difference. The Vive and the Pro. Yeah. Man. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the HTC Vive, the Pro. It's really. This PlayStation VR is supposed to be really good too. Tethered headsets, yeah. Yeah, Steam VR, yeah. Yeah, I would love to try them, but yeah, you know, the weirdest thing is, wow, yeah, the Windows mixed reality. Windows is definitely gonna, like, look at the big ugly sticks. Like, man, the sticks right here on the Vive, they're pretty nice. They're not that big. They're lightweight, and you got like a pad, right, where you can, you know, like a mouse type thing. There's a trigger, a button, and the pad, right, and then there's another button up here. But it's everything is done by clicking. You usually pull the trigger to engage, like to grab something and move it, right? So you grab it and move it. You can use the pad. Will select different features and options. So you can different paintbrushes or different tools. You could say pick a hammer, pick a screwdriver, pick a screwdriver, hammer. You know what I mean? Things like that. These are huge handsets. That would be an issue for me. That would be an issue for me for sure. Oh no. Google Daydream, yeah. Anyways, man, this is the very first international conference on virtual reality, April 4th and 5th, 2019, Sanliurfa, Turkey. So yeah, in Turkey. Shout out to Turkey. Shout out to man, what's his name again? It's been so long since I've seen him around. Here's some apps. So Alumente free. So for the Vive, let's see what this would be.
When I first, why don't I get a dog sled? Mush! I thought these dogs loved running and snow, but they don't. Who wants to go sledding?
Oh my goodness.
So we ditched the sled, and now we're a lot happier.
There's the ad first, but anyways, I'm not into watching ads.
When I first moved up north, I thought,
so sound, all right, whatever.
Why don't I get a
Colossus? So this is top-notch sound design and top-notch sound design and wonderful Samurai Jack-esque animation. Oh, Samurai Jack are the driving forces behind Colossus, a short story VR experience that responds to the rooted player's gaze. So, interesting. So this is totally VR, yeah. Weird. Yeah, that's weird. What's this one? Google Earth is amazing, guys. Like, one time, you know what? We could hook up the actual VR, and I was thinking about doing that today. But what I'll do is I'll set something up where I get the VR on, get it going, and we could go right into one of these environments, right? I can show you what I mean. It might have been good to do that today, actually, but maybe if we have time, we'll do that. Actually, I'll boot up the Steam VR and we'll go into some of the software that I have. I'm wondering if I could get like the stream into my virtual reality. You know what I mean? Like pull that in. I know I do have a certain desktop app, but to be able to see the stream at the same time, that would be or at least the chat. That would be cool. If I could just be in an environment and see the chat, right? That would be sweet. Gotta figure out how to do that. But this is amazing, right? Like you put the headset on. Google Earth is amazing. I've used it before. I have it on my library, and it's really neat. You want to experience something like you're trying to decide where to go out for a vacation, for example. You just like put the headset on, and maybe it'll help you make your decision. Of course, it doesn't give you a real life feel. Like certain areas will give you sunshine and beautiful air and stuff like that, right? But it'll give you a visual idea. Oh, this is the game I was talking about, King Spray. I love it.
Condition of sensitivity can get worse. There's
probably an ad on everyone. I just show this one because this is a really cool application and I have a lot of fun in it. But yeah, King Spray is so. All right, what do we got? Yeah, so you're on the roof top here. I've been in this copyright for that, but yeah. Anyways, you can see, right? It's just like spraying in real life. You have different tips that you can select from, of course, different colors, different types of paint, and like all these different environments that you can choose from. It's an amazing piece of software, and yeah, I've had a lot of fun with it. So yeah, I love it. Right? If you can imagine, man, oh man, it's pretty cool stuff. But yeah, I've had quite a lot of fun in the virtual reality, and yeah, it'd be nice to get into it, and we could do something. Yeah, like I said, I'll see if I can get it booted up just at the end here, and just kind of show you what I mean. Yeah, Netflix, all those things will be in there. Tilt Brush is another one. The art program that I use, and it's really, really cool. I'd love to show you this one too one day. The virtual desktop, yeah, I've used this as well, virtual desktop, and yeah, it's really neat. it's kind of like that augmented desktop thing that we saw earlier, but this is in a VR environment, right? So you're fully submersed, right? Yeah, it's really neat. You can, like, the desks, like, you could set so many different screens and stuff like that. It's really neat. It's really neat stuff. What's this one here? Within provides a platform to view amazing content from VR creators across the world. So from crazy on-rails fantasy rides to 360-degree music videos. The 360 videos are something. Those are something too. Man, I got some 360 horror movies, and wow, pretty creepy, pretty scary stuff actually. What's this? Full Dive VR. Full Dive VR builds itself as social all-in-one VR platform. What that means is that it provides a platform where users can browse VR content from a variety of sources, sharing their findings with friends. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like the AutoCAD virtual reality software. Man, I really got to get that stuff figured out, man. That would be so cool to get on and share that with you guys. Like eye tracking, yeah, that's that thing, right? Where instead of having to move your head, right, you just move your eyes, and the camera will follow your eyes. Higher res, low cost, inside out tracking. That's neat. So that would be more leading towards like augmented, right? So that would be like the mixed, what was it say? No, XR, right? The XR type thing, combining all that stuff together, right? It's tracking or selling as low as $215. Headsets will still require a relatively expensive, high-powered PC connected by a cord to work right now, but they are a major step from the Rift and Vive in terms of convenience. The cameras on board each of these headsets see the world around to figure out its precise position. Yeah, wireless is definitely going to be amazing. Yeah, right now the wires are quite. Well, it's not that bad. It's just this one. It's just one cable that connects to the headset, right? So, the sensors are just simply plugged in. Oh man, my sensors are actually still plugged in. Darn, that's Ben. He forgot to unplug the sensors last time. Little bugger. But yeah, other than the plugs, then the I don't know if I can pull this up, but yeah, there's just another unit that one long cord connects into, it actually has 3 ends, and then it connects to a little device, which then connects into the computer, right? But the computer, like my graphics card and all that, it's virtual reality compatible. So you got to think about that too, right? You got to have the right hardware, right? Here's Tom's guide. Panasonic 3D VR. Yeah, I don't think I agree with that guy. So here we are, augmented reality and construction, 6 applications. Yeah, the construction job site is changing. Paper drawings, sketches, and design plans are giving way to drones, 3D models, and a new interactive experience called augmented reality. Augmented reality, or AR for short, is one of the most talked about technology trends in construction. Using advanced camera and sensor technology, AR combines one's physical surroundings with computer-generated information and presents it in real time. While the technology has been used in video games for years, this augmented experience is recently making waves into construction, offering immense opportunities to improve the project lifecycle. Yeah, I like that. I liked how that's said. That's very well said. To improve the project lifecycle, right? Look at this, eh? Expected to grow 90 billion by 2020. That's a big one. So virtual VR is a strictly digital experience. Augmented reality combines real and digital into one immersive environment. AR projects 3D images on a person's physical surroundings as they walk through with a mobile device or a special helmet, right? Yeah, as using GPS and cameras, right? So GPS is another is another component, right, to augmented reality. Project planning, right? Automated measurements, project modifications. We talked about all this stuff, right? On-site project information, team collaboration, safety training. And is augmented reality for you? While augmented reality provides instant results and can positively impact your business's project lifecycle, there are important pros and cons to consider. So, pros: streamlines projects, prevents expensive reworking, keeps projects on schedule, improves collaboration. Cons: equipment susceptible to weather, digital information is static, strong internet connection required, and a learning curve. So, yeah, those aren't the worst cons in the world. Those pros definitely outweigh the cons. So the equipment susceptible to weather can be easily fixed. You know, that's not a that could be definitely be easily fixed with waterproof equipment for one, and yeah, controlling your environments, right? Digital information is static. So what I think that means is it is what it is, right? Humans, we can think about things, like look at them and make decisions based on feeling and stuff like that, where computers can't, right? That's what I think of that. So we have a dynamic way of gathering information, right? If you know what I mean. Strong internet connection, which is you know what, they're coming out with higher G networks. The learning curve, it is what it is. Yeah, finishing a project on time and within budget is a crucial part of the construction process. So yeah, and not only that, like, you know, like accuracy and preventing rework, saving building costs and waste. You know, it's a green building. It's a green building method, right? Yeah, improving client relations and creating long-term return on investment. So, yeah, it can allow construction companies to have greater confidence in their projects. So, like I was saying, a happy customer, right, at the end of the day is what pays the bills. Boom. So, despite its potential, augmented reality is still seeking momentum. Widespread use, comfort, and safety are major concerns for a user wearing AR headsets for long working hours. Of course, yeah. The equipment is often susceptible to adverse weather conditions and function best with a solid internet connection and static environment. You know, sure, right? I get what they're saying, absolutely, right? But it's a tool that yeah, it's scary to think about having to use it all day long, right? Yeah. These are great graphics, actually. Yeah, anyone really interested in it, I'm gonna post this link right here for you, because yeah, this page is really good. 3D models are created and combined with all building data. User wears AR device that orients to their point of view. The building data is displayed digitally over the user's physical surroundings in real time. Project planning, designers and clients can preview buildings and can make changes before construction. Automatic measurements. Yeah, so as-built drawings, basically, right? That's the thing. When we collect historical data from projects, we take the drawings and compare them to the as-built drawings, right? And things like that, to see how efficient everything was, right? How we could improve things in the future. But this tech is really doing it in real time, right? And doing it before we're building. You know what I mean? It's very, very handy, very helpful. Yeah, on-site information. I love it. I absolutely love it, right? Instead of going back to the drawings, for example, right? You could put the headset on, boom, and you can see where you got to put that window and at what elevation, right? What RO it needs. You can look at the ground, look at the concrete slab, and the walls, right? Your layout is on the ground, right? You could go make marks, and then go back and snap your lines and do your stuff, right? But think about that, right? Think about those applications. That to me wouldn't be that expensive of technology to get put together. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I like this. AR can simulate hazard scenarios and equipment training to better educate workers. Yeah. Yeah, definitely try it. Try it at 2,500. You bet. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Even 2,000 is okay. But yeah, check it out. And yeah, if it's good, you can raise it. Maybe, and if it's not, lower it a little bit. But yeah, man. Yeah. I know. I learned the most about Streamlabs from. Well, the Streamlabs themselves have a lot of videos and help videos, but Dan Courier I watched a lot to learn about Streamlabs. But Nick Nimmin, I think, was the one who really taught me the most about Streamlabs. So if you're not a part of the Nick Nimmin's community, man, and you're a creator, you're missing out, because I'm telling you. Let me see here. Let's get over there. I'm gonna go over to his channel here. I'm gonna link it for you. Oop. There, that's Nick Nimmin's channel. You gotta check him out. He's got a lot of Streamlabs stuff. Oh, good stuff, Christina. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with Streamlabs. There's just so much. Man, yeah, right. Is it? Yeah, I actually at first I found it was hard to work with, but I liked OBS. But now I couldn't go back to OBS. This is feature rich, and yeah, it's really good software. I'm really happy with it. Team collaboration, yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, it's hard to get everybody on the same page, right? That's why we have weekly meetings, and even then, like, you're always having mini meetings, sometimes 3 to 5 mini meetings a day about certain things, right? Because things are just popping up on the fly. So if everybody could get organized and really see into the future, we can start working out these things and coordinating better, right? It just seems to make sense for me, right? Yeah, best thing is free. Absolutely, yeah. There's like little tiny plugins you can get for it that are like $2 a month or something like that, or $3 a month. But yeah, there's a lot of different little plugins. Well, not lots actually, but I'm sure they'll be getting more. But yeah, free software is the best software. Absolutely, you know what I mean? Yeah, I love it. I'm meeting about the meeting. Yeah, right. It's just insane. Like, if you could just, as a foreman or foreperson, my apologies, could work your shift out without being pulled away, or people coming and bugging you about questions and this and that, you get a lot more work done. That's for sure. Because yeah, that's one of the things that I do is I'm very strict about my time in the field, and I make it clear to people not to come to me when I'm working. You know what I mean? Unless you're the superintendent, or a representative of the superintendent for the prime contractor, or my boss, then don't bug me. Save it for the meeting. If you can't work it out in the meeting, don't come bug me. Unless you see me not doing anything, or I'm on a break or something. I don't mind you coming and talking to me at coffee or lunch even. I don't mind that. But yeah, when I got my pouch on, don't bug me, right? I got work to do, and yeah, that's, you know, that always helps my jobs progress. You know, too many guys who are for people, or too many, you know what I mean, too many of them get this thing in their head that they need to be walking around and talking and you know, asking questions and this and that, blah blah blah, right? Well, guess what? By the time you get to be in our position, like, you should know the answers to those questions for the most part, right? You should know your trade, for one, and the trades that are before and after you. Okay, like, there's no excuse for like, you know, foreman to foreman, or other foremans coming to get guys on your crew. This is my pet peeve. If you're a foreman on another trade, you come and take one of my guys away to ask them some questions or something like that, or to do something so that you can get some of your work done. Man, oh man, that burns my ass, because yeah, there's a time and place for that, right? If you have an issue, right, you bring it up in the morning. There's always like well, not always, but there's usually, sometimes jobs will have like a tailgate meeting type thing, so pre-morning meeting. So if anybody has any issues, you can just write them down and it'll get sorted out in the morning, right? But yeah, like this stuff, like, can really eliminate all that garbage, right? It's because they're just huge time wasters, and people who are for people get it into their heads that it's that, you know, that's what they do. You know what I mean? Like, they just waste so much time talking and trying to and overthinking things, man. It's just insane. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, I'm glad I was so built. I was taught to build it the right way, right? There's only one way to build things, really, you know. And yeah, don't cut corners. And yeah, it's not rocket science, really. It's pretty black and white. So hey, good morning, man. How's it going? Hash TV in the house. Good morning, man. How's it going? This is one of the helmets that is going to be popular, right? This is the construction helmet for augmented reality, and yeah, we're talking about our augmented. I was just augmented reality and in virtual reality, my man. That's too funny. At the beginning of the stream too, I was saying AR or whatever. I was like, not artificial intelligence, not augmented intelligence. It's augmented and virtual reality, right? Happy St. Patrick's Day. But yeah, pretty cool. All right, so you can see here, this guy here, now he's got the staircase going in. Drones scanning the sites, man. You're gonna be seeing that. I'm sure you're gonna be seeing more drones, man, because yeah, they're gonna be an important part of gathering the data, the information that we need, right? So robotics. Oh my god, I this is what sneak peek for next weekend's live stream. It'll be on this. This is the Sarcos Guardian XO, right? So it is an exoskeleton, right? So this is where I could see the construction industry going quicker than actual robots, right? Is exosuits for workers. This suit can lift over 200 pounds, right? So this is going to be awesome. I'm excited to talk about this subject, but yeah, the sneak peek for all you guys still in the chat or still watching, that yeah, next Sunday's live stream will be on these exosuits. BIM, yeah, BIM, man, it's been so integral for construction. It was the right step in the right, or it was a step in the right direction for us. And you know, this is what's really driving the need for augmented technology, right? Has become one of the most prevalent construction technology innovations of today, and is expected to become even more popular in the new year, BIM utilizes interactive smart models that accurately represent existing structures, systems, and building characteristics. Those models are then shared among project principals at all levels, providing a virtual drawing board to simulate how changes to a project would manifest in the real world before actually beginning or making changes to a project. So, yeah. Yeah, one common myth of BIM is that it is nothing more than 3D modeling. But yeah, it's definitely a lot more than that, right? Yeah, they use 4D time, 5D cost, 6D as-built operation, and even 7D and 8D sustainability and safety. So that's really, really, really neat. So that's 3-dimension, 4-dimension, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So yeah, 3D, so width, height, and depth, and then 4D time, 5D cost, and as-built operation. Boom, boom. Sustainability and safety. I love it. I think that's amazing. Yeah, BIM. I've always been a huge fan of BIM. When I first learned about it, when I was going through construction project management at trade school. Well, it's actually a college here. No, NATE. NATE is a college, but it's just like a trade college, right? Yeah, that's when I first started learning about BIM, and yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, so, but you get it though, right? Like you get it. I hope. Ooh, there's some actually. Wait, what was this about again? Partnership. Yeah, partnership. Drones, drones are already being used to great success in civil projects, bulk earthworks, GPS mapping, and other surveying projects. We have just used drones to survey a university on the west coast of the U.S. in the span of 2 years. We have seen drones going from barely known to being used in most civil construction projects. So in the span of 2 years, we have seen drones going from barely being known to being used in most civil construction projects. So, oh, look at this right here. Actually, I'm going to read this one. What's more, the capacity and pixelation and GPS mapping capabilities will all improve in the near future. We need to see developers or large developments and apartments keep up with the drone technology and start incorporating drone landing platforms into everyday living. Drones will become part of day-to-day life. These technologies would also be used so much more if only our laws and regulations could keep up to speed with it. For example, we can't use drones in high-rise city locations due to CASA regulations. So yeah, safety legislation has to catch up. This is why construction takes so long to adopt to the new technologies. It's because of the legislation, the codes. Like, there's so many metrics involved, right? And so many things that have to be modified. There's the safe work practices and job procedures. There's like so many things have to change with the change, you know. So that's why, thank goodness for technology and the internet and things like that, because now these changes can be made almost like all at once, right? And if they can't, then they should be able to be updated and changed and modified on the fly as we need them to. It's very unsafe and it's counterproductive to not have that ability, right? To have to wait and go through all this stuff to make changes, right? Go through courts and this and that, blah blah blah. Like, come on, man. Like, get her done. Like, get it done. And yeah, wearable tech. So yeah, this will have considerable benefits in terms of OH&S. But I think there's a long period between invention and conception to releasing a ready product onto the market. Yeah, OH&S, you know, that's another thing, right? The legislation. It's going to have to be tested and stamped just like anything else, right? CSA, ANSI approved, right? That's just the way it is, right? And that stuff has to go through testing. timber construction. I'm kind of curious why they listed this. So sustainability and environmental benefits will increase in timber buildings. It is as robust as other materials, but we are constrained as far as the height we can go. Timber buildings are sustainable. They have excellent benefits to our feelings of well-being. In fact, it contributes to our health and happiness. Being inside a timber building makes people work better in the average workday. They become more collaborative, communicate more, and are in better mood. So I think because of the tall timber type of thing, like we did actually, the cross-laminated timber was a recent stream. The technology, you know what I mean? Like we have cross-laminated timber now, so we can go higher. They're going to be building high rises out of wood. You'll see. Modular construction. Yeah, that's, you know what's crazy? Like if you think about it, if you can imagine being like in the future and augmented reality, virtual reality, BIM, all this stuff, robots, factories, buildings could be literally 3D printed, or the pieces could be 3D printed, shipped to site, assembled by robots. Like you could literally just design the buildings and build them all from a desk. Could you imagine that? Like, you know what I mean? Or does it like building them sitting on the beach or something like that in a chair or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, this technology it can go a long way, right? It's crazy to think about all this stuff that's coming out. It's insane. Home analytics, connected homes, yeah, smart buildings, all that stuff, right? Get out of here. The next frontier, robots working in squads. There was actually there was some news I just read about an actual robot who ran over and killed a worker in a factory or a warehouse or something like that. Okay, here in my opinion is the most useful application for mixed reality, augmented reality. If you have ever seen the interstitials of a hospital or epoxy, land in bamboo is really strong. Oh, dude, bamboo is a very strong material, and I love it. Actually, I love the look and feel of it as well. Yeah, definitely, it's very strong. There's the mechanical, right? So there's plumbing, HVAC, gas, and then there's the electrical. There's controls, electricians, low voltage, right? It's like security, CCTV, and like, you know, like automated things, or like, you know, like sensors and things like that, right? Things that run on low voltage. And then there's anyways, my point is this: there's so many pipes and wires and things like ducts that go into some of these buildings. Like some of the laboratories and hospitals that I've done, man, the mechanicals are insane, right? And yeah, the very first project I was on was a hospital, and the use of the BIM was amazing. But you can see how they can plan the routes, tighten them up. Coordination is the big thing here. Okay, like you have to. Yes, Michael Daniels, good morning. Oh, anytime. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, it was a good Friday night. Yeah, I had a lot of fun, Michael. Thank you so much for having me on. That was awesome, man. Yeah, anytime, man. Yeah, Streamlabs. I love it, but the OBS virtual camera. That's interesting. I don't know if I've heard of that. What is that one? What does that do? The OBS virtual camera. I can kind of guess, but I'm curious. I downloaded Voice Meter Banana, Michael. And I had a question for you. Do you use Voice Meter Banana with Pro Tools and OBS? That's my question for you. Man, I probably could have used your help last night, man. Neil, he had suggested it to Brainworks, and I think Brainworks is a plugin for Pro Tools. I was working in Ableton Live, and now this Pro Tools software, what a pain. I've never had this hard of time installing a piece of software. Pro Tools with the license and all this stuff. Like I had to make 10 different accounts just to get a free download. Like like, you know what I mean? Like, and then you get part of the plugin alliance or something like that, right? I just want to make my voice sound good. Like I want my voice to sound like we're in a studio. That's all I want, right? But yeah. So do you use Pro Tools with Voice Meter and OBS? Like, does that all work together somehow? OBS virtual camera allows any software app that allows you to use OBS as a camera. Oh, I think I get it. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know then. So you don't use it. You just use Voice Meter with your with OBS, right? Like I got it to work, but I can't get rid of the echo. I'm sure I'll figure it out today. I was messing around probably for like 6 hours yesterday with software. And that's good to know because yeah, I have a huge echo on it, but I can get it routed through Streamlabs, right? And then I'm listening to. I wonder if it would be better if I had like a. I am getting a direct monitors, like I can get a monitors and a different headset to plug right into the Focusrite. But right now I got this headset just plugged into my sound card, right? And yeah, so I'm just trying to get rid of that echo, just figuring it out. But yeah, that's been fun. But yeah, man, like there's a lot of coordination that goes into this stuff, man. Like there's a lot of prefab work. Right on, yeah. There's a lot of I love how Voice Meter actually sets up as an output and input, right? And then you have there's the different outputs, like you got there's auxiliary and something else, right? But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun learning about the different sound stuff. I'm really enjoying that. Definitely not. Oh yeah, because I don't have it running right now. I don't have. This is the Rode NT1A directly into the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 to the computer. No equalizer, straight audio. Right. All I've adjusted is the gain. Right. It's at about 55%. So, yeah, it did sound really good. I was using the playback later, and I don't know. I'd like to just mess around, make it a little more studio sounding. But yeah, this coordination, right, man? Oh man, it's insane, right? I like this. I do. There's so many applications. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Very cool. Thank you, Michael. The biggest thing with voice, B is for broadcast and A is for listening. Nice. Yeah, Klein Guy. Yeah, I'm so glad that you are over at Nick Nibbin's channel. Almost every Saturday morning, he has a live stream where he'll do channel reviews and give you lots of information, like answer live questions, and it's actually a lot of fun. Christina's there lots, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. You'll meet a lot of other good creators there as well. But yeah, definitely check them out. Yeah, Christina, you have a great day. You have a very good day, and we'll see you. I guess. Well, we'll see you Tuesday, right? Are you Are you dropping a video Tuesday, or yeah, and then there'll be live trivia maybe next Thursday. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Jesus. Oh man. Yes, bye, Christina, and yeah, like I was saying, lots of love to you, girl, and hope everything's okay. And yeah, the kids, right? The girls, I hope they're doing good. It's pretty wild. Man, I tell you, building things like when you're building like a suspended wall out of steel stud, which this looks like what it is wild, because you see these clips, right? You got to shoot all these darn clips to the iron. It's like bang, bang, bang. I swear to God, this is what made my hands really get screwed up, is having to shoot the pins into the steel all day long. Oh, thousands of them. Red maple leaf, red for the walls. Yes, sir. How's it going, Carlos? Good morning, man. Good morning. Haha, these guys. Gongonita, yeah. Nice to see you, eh? Man, oh man. I love how these guys are all white hats leaning on the cable guardrail. This isn't an actual guardrail. This is actually really piss poor travel restraint, because this is not safe at all. This should actually be about 3 feet back, and these guys most definitely should not be leaning on it like that. Yeah, that's a safety violation right there. That is simply a travel restraint, and when you set up a travel restraint system, you need to have a control zone, for one, right, where people can work without having to tie off. And usually, actually 6 feet. It's supposed to be 6 feet, right? And you're 6 feet to any ledge, you need to be tied off, right? Video games on the job site, yeah, it's I got a lot of virtual reality software. I do. I need to dive into it more. Man, it's just like there's so many things that you to do and want to do to time. I wish I had more time to work with my gear. But yeah, it is what it is, right? For now. And but yeah, getting into the virtual reality, like the AutoCAD, is my goal. I love it. I need to get that all figured out, but it's like, that's another piece of technology that I got to learn, right? So I got the VR I got that all worked out. I know how to use all that. But it's the AutoCAD end of things. I need to get those environments rendered or get into them, right? Oh, this was neat. This was actually neat. What's essential tools for the digital workforce? What's this all about, anyways? Microsoft layout. Oh, that actually.
Across all industries, transformation is key to growth, and designing new spaces involves detailed planning. If you aren't prepared, the smallest oversight can cause costly delays. With Microsoft Layout, you can plan your space, collaborate with others, and experience your designs with confidence in mixed reality before you build. You can bring the space to you and work from anywhere with an immersive experience. Visualize your layout in 3D. Try new ideas and iterate quickly.
Word, guys. Sunday is definitely a
But even with the most detailed planning, the real world can present unexpected challenges that require creative problem solving. With HoloLens, you can work with high-quality 3D holograms integrated into your space. With Microsoft Layout, you have the tools you need to design and review in context and find new solutions that give you confidence before you commit. Transform your layout in moments with precision and speed. Share your designs with others.
Do you have time to take a look at this floor plan?
All right, let's have a look. And save time by making decisions together.
Great. Thanks for the quick work.
With Microsoft Layout, you can design faster, share your work with others, and experience your designs in mixed reality, so you can break new ground with confidence.
Crazy, right? Like that to me, right? Getting answers quicker is it's big, right? Like taking the time, like I was trying to say before, it would take you, it was specified in the contract, in the general conditions or whatever, or in the specifications section, in the general conditions of the specifications, it specifies that you have to, from the time it gets, your RFI gets to the designer has, like, say 2 weeks to get you an answer, right? And it goes through different stages. So as it goes from person to person, the specifications will specify how much time that person has to reply, right? And that just gives you an idea of the pace of the project, right? The quicker we can get answers is the better, right? Instead of waiting a month to get a change order, which happens on the tiniest, as smallest jobs, right? You can get it done in a couple hours even, right? Like, what, you can see the benefits of that. You know what I mean? When changes happen, there's major delays. You got to reorder or order materials for them. You got to reschedule and coordinate and all this stuff, right? So the fact that the software can really just, it can connect people together so they can make the critical decisions, right? And the software will do the rest. You know, I think that'd be huge, right? This is oh yeah, look, multiplayer RPG. Yeah, the one thing I want to say is to keep in mind about keep in mind the safety factor though, right? Like if you're into a submersive environment, you can't see your surroundings, right? That part of the tech has to change, right? It has to improve. But yeah, it is all about the information. That's not. You're absolutely right, Vince. The general rule, when it comes to that, like change orders and things like that, is if you go ahead and put a, all right, Jim Lang just subscribed. Welcome to the channel. 785 subscribers. Very cool, man. Nice to have you aboard, Jim. What was I gonna say there? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The general rule on site is if something has to be changed and you go ahead and do it without any approval, well, You don't have to be paid for that, right? The designers could just simply say no, but once you've built it or put one single screw in the wall, you've accepted that change, and you have to finish it, whether it was approved or not. So nobody does anything until you get written consent. Okay. Sometimes if even like a letter of intent isn't good enough. Okay. A lot of times guys will just okay, we got the email saying go ahead, we're good, we'll do it. But you got to be careful. You have to read your contract. You got to read the specifications. You have to know that if to get an actual change order done by, it has to be signed and approved by the representatives, right, and the owner, right? So until it gets all the signatures on the page, it's not approved. Okay, so yeah, 10% is pretty fair. 10 to 15% for sure. I would definitely say is fair. And you're right. You have to bring it to the owners first, because they really are the ones who are paying the bill, and they have to approve it. Even as simple as like working for a homeowner and a renovation, right? You need to have the homeowner's approval. Because yeah, right, like you can't do changes and then surprise build them at the end, right? It's just not how it's done. But yeah, so you have to read the rules. You have to be careful. You need to yeah, you need to read the rules, man. You got to be careful. And that's really slows things down, because when people are waiting for changes, it's not just your trade, but there's the people that follow you, right, that are waiting, and it can definitely hold you up big time, right? Gamification of construction safety, eh? What do construction and Legend of Zelda have in common? Read about the gamification of construction safety by our very own director of virtual design and construction. That's too funny. Drones go beyond eye in the sky, so drones are not just for pretty pictures anymore. In an interview with Robotics Business Review, Amar Rafat, Windover's director of virtual design and construction, reveals the variety of ways in which we are implementing drone tech to enhance our projects, from aerial mapping, quality inspections, stockpile analysis, and through the integration of geo-reinforced images with Windover's AR/VR. That's the thing too, like, yeah, we will. And this is the thing, okay? You have to be smart. If you're a foreman on a site, okay, this is the biggest thing. This is what happens the most. Okay, the prime contractor or a foreman from another trade will come to you and get you to do work all the time. All the time, get you to do time. Think about it this way. It might seem little now, but little adds up, okay? Little by little adds up, okay? And you got to think about the cost to your company, the company you're working for, okay? You need to be strong, and you have to tell people no, right? Some things, yeah, okay, but you got to be smart, and that's what a journey person can recognize, okay? If it's critical, if it indeed will be approved or not, if there'll be any rework involved in that change, you're gonna have to do it, right? So you gotta cover your bums, right? You gotta say, okay, I'm gonna make a quick call to my boss, see what he thinks, or you know what, bring it up in the meeting, okay? You'll have usually a foreman's meeting once a week, and then the project managers will meet once a week should be, but it's usually twice a month. And so yeah, bring it up in those meetings, bring it up in the foreman's meetings, but yeah, get this stuff documented, right? So if the oh my gosh. Yeah, that's actually scary, Wilro. You know, like, that's a big risk that you're taking. You know, that's why you nowadays in commercial construction too, you have you have to bond your bids, right? So the owners as well, right? Like they have to kind of have the money in trust with the lawyers and stuff like that, right? Like the money has to be verified, you know. And when you're a contractor bidding a big job, you have to have what's called a bid bond, performance bond. So there's supplier and performance bonds, right? So there's a lot of risk on these high stakes jobs, right? Where there's millions and billions of dollars involved, right? It's a crazy thing, but you need to. You're right. You need to know the budget. You need to know, and then they have to. Every owner should hold back, right? If they have 15 grand, right, for a budget, they should be telling you they have 10 to 12 grand, right? And yeah, right. It's just the simple. This owner will have the money and have a little extra for changes and overages, right? But yeah, you can't expect to just have like the enough money for the job, right? Like, oh, I bet, Eddie. Yeah, I bet you would. People watch HGTV and they believe they know how it works. Yeah, it's so true. It's crazy, right? That's the thing. Like, I really appreciate working with project managers and designers who really understand how things are built, the process of things. You know what I mean? Like, it's becoming it's hard too. Like when I was a project manager, I just really wasn't happy with that position. I didn't enjoy it. It's actually quite insane how many people work as project managers and designers and stuff like that who've never swung a hammer. Don't know what it takes to build something, right? But yeah, if you come up through the tools and through the trades and become a project manager, you're definitely a valuable asset to the team because some people are just so far from reality. It's crazy, right? And that's a big problem. So we need to educate them, right? You need to tell them right up front. Everything needs to be ironed out, in my opinion. Okay. When I was, estimating jobs, and that was a big thing too. It's kind of a game, that people can see problems in the designs and want to leverage that if they win the project, right? They want to leverage those issues to get more money out of change orders during the construction phase. So this is, that's just a shady game. I always like to have all of the issues I could foresee ironed out in the beginning, and that's not always the most strategic way of doing things, but in my opinion, it's the ethical way of doing things. And because when you get the changes and you recognize issues, you're playing a game with the other people who are bidding the job who might not, right? And it's just it should be an even playing field, and that's why augmented reality is amazing, right? Like everybody is on the same page. Like I was saying, we have no depth perception, so the drawings are two-dimensional, very deceiving. All right, like you need to be able to picture it in your head at the very least, see what it's going to look like in your head. Okay, like look at this right here. See the little lip outside and above the windows? Something like that missed, right? Because we have no depth perception, can cost a lot of money, right? Could cost a contractor a lot of money to put together. All right, and if you could imagine it being missed till the end, right? There might be quite a bit of rework involved with that, and it's a costly thing, right? For both money and schedule, right? So, it's pretty crazy, man. I think it's wonderful. The isotopic drawings the 3D renderings that we are getting now are just amazing. Like they're so helpful, right? Because you can see things like that, right? You can see the depth, and you know, when you're missing that, when you're missing things on the elevations and stuff like that, right? It's that can be really costly, right? Yeah, well, yeah, yep. Yeah, Redshift by Autodesk. That's not, I gotta make sure I write that one down too. I wanted to check this into later as well. Redshift by Autodesk. Yeah, well, that's good. That's good to hear, Wheel Roll, because yeah, it could be. It doesn't. In commercial, it mostly works out. You know, it mostly works out. But there's, you know, like for example, this last job that I did, the cage job, for example, I know for a fact that my company was paying me to be there at the end because they didn't bid it right. They underbid it huge, and I know for a fact that they were the low bidder on that. And right away, like as a general contractor, if the bid is low, you need to question that. You can't just take it because it's low, right? You need to question that because they probably missed something and you're taking advantage of them. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. I've always been able to get my jobs done on time and on budget. Always. This time, couldn't do it. There's no way I could have done it. They had no idea what they were getting into. It was awful. You know, I couldn't even work around the clock to make that one come out in above the red, right, out of the red, in the black, right. I couldn't have worked 24-hour shifts. It still would have been in the red. Yeah. Camping out is I see that a lot in residential. That's a good policy, Willow. This is another application, okay? Because we in construction we use scaffolding a lot, and it's definitely it's tough to plan sometimes, okay? And scaffolding companies have amazing software, right? Like they do. And this software here, I bet you is probably the cheapest one out there, but it gives you an idea of what I'm talking about, right?
What if you could see your scaffold on the job site before you built it?
Right? How important is this? Wow.
Avanta's Scaffold Designer already gives you automatic and custom scaffold drawings, 3D models, and instant equipment lists. And the Scaffold Viewer app takes you into your scaffold plan in immersive, first-person 3D and virtual reality. Now, let's learn how to bring your vision into the real world with Scaffold Designer's new Augmented Reality feature. Scaffold Viewer's Augmented Reality function uses an AR base point, the digital marker, and an AR target, the physical marker, to place scaffold models on drawings or on the job site. To bring your scaffold into augmented reality, you first need to add the AR base point to your drawing. Click and drag the AR base point object from the Shapes panel onto your drawing. For easy use with a printed drawing, we recommend placing the AR base point at the origin point, or bottom left corner, of your drawing. Next, sync the scaffold drawing to Scaffold View.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, it's about record keeping as well, right? Like, time frame schedule is very difficult to manage sometimes. Okay, you need to write down in a journal everything that happens in your day, right? Anything that might have delayed you, take pictures. You need to document everything. Okay, and if for change orders, you always ask for more time, right? And that's a good way to make up time as well, right? If you get a change order, tack on 2 days, tack on 3 days, whatever, right? As long as it's proportional to the schedule that's added, or you know what I mean, that's in question. You have to document this stuff, okay? Because sometimes when projects run over, right, you can get charged liquidated damages, right, which is penalties, fines for being late. Some companies go out of business because of this, because of liquidated damages, okay? If it's your fault, you're the one paying. So you got to be so careful right now. It's just a big old mess, right? This is how everything is going to get tightened up, right? This will tighten up schedule. This will tighten up the changes and claims and all this stuff, right? Like, yeah, it's bad. It's bad when it goes to a claim, right? You don't want that. There's also, when if you understand how liens work, it's first come, first serve. So if the company has any money at the end, right? But yeah, like if you wait 90 days to get paid, you might not be getting paid, right? A lot of times people put in liens after 45 days. And the conditions are 90 days. But sometimes people put in liens after 45 just to be safe, right? There's a lot of extra unnecessary paperwork. Sometimes you can't even get to litigation because that's not how it works. You got to go through arbitration and stuff like that first, right? But yeah, it's insane, man. It's insane. Yeah, right. You got to be careful. You got to understand how this stuff works, right? Because at the end of the day, you need to get paid, right? Do a good job, get paid.
Viewer using the Scaffold Viewer button in the 3D model view.
That's pretty cool.
Now, print a copy of your scaffold drawing. Just place the AR target at the matching bottom left corner of the printed drawing. Using your smartphone and the Scaffold Viewer app, you can now pick your scaffold drawing from the list of uploads. Leave the ground plane box unselected and choose AR. Now, point your phone's camera at the AR target that you've placed on your drawing. Scaffold Viewer will figure out the rest, allowing you to review your scaffold in full 3D standing on top of the page.
If you could do that with like the drawings as an estimator, man, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Like efficiency, right? Like it's just man, oh man, I wish I had I wish I had this tech when I was estimating, man. It would have been awesome. It would have been really awesome. You gotta go through them drawings like with a fine-tooth comb. You gotta read your specifications. You gotta freaking pull out all of the conflicts that you see. You gotta get answers, right? Like, it's a game, man. It's all about who understands it better, right? Who can keep the better records and who has a better understanding of how it works, right? It's crazy, That's why I went and did my NCSO training and project management training. Like I wanted to know the legislation on safety so I could estimate jobs properly, and be a good project manager because I had to understand it. Safety is a huge part of it. It's a cost that a lot of people that don't understand. They just put a percentage to it. You know what I mean? But if you can tighten that up and you can estimate your safety requirements better, right? Like, you might not always win the job, but the job that you do win, you're going to be okay. All right. And that's the problem. Owners shouldn't be picking people based on price alone. They need to be picking people who understand the contract, who understand the project, the scope of work. They need to do that. They can't just qualify people on the lowest bid. Government, I think they have a policy to always pick the lowest bidder, right? And you wonder why things are a mess. I just walked on a job, should have took 3 months tops. Lady changed the things start and stop anyway. 1.5 years later, yep. I told her I'm out, can't do it. Last 10% left. SMH. Wow. Yeah, sometimes that happens, right? Yeah. that happens even in the commercial, man. You go into a job thinking it's going to be a few months, and yeah, 2 years later you're walking out because of all the changes. It doesn't make any sense, right?
Still feel a bit magical. Three-dimensional objects appear to be right next to us, and they look just like the real thing.
Absolutely,
but really they're just light scattered from the real object, recorded,
and they wonder
and
why
then
the
projected.
industry's a mess and why people are
Holography
dying.
dates back to 1947, when scientist Dennis Gabor developed the concept. To move forward, he had to wait for inventions like lasers, so he called it an experiment in serendipity that began too soon. But soon, everything was about to change. Gabor was right to call it serendipity. His holography theory came as a result of his research in trying to improve the resolution of an electron microscope. But progress stalled over the next decade and a half because there was no source for a pure and consistent beam of light. Finally, in 1960, a breakthrough. The invention of the laser, a source of coherent light from a single source, and just what Gabor and his theory had been waiting for. Just 2 years later, a pair of researchers at the University of Michigan achieved the first laser transmission of physical objects, a toy train and a bird. The science community quickly got to work building equipment for new holography techniques: white light transmission, rainbow holograms, and gelatin for recording. In 1971, Gabor was rewarded for his pioneering work when he received the Nobel Prize in Physics. By then, holograms were beginning to hit the mainstream. An art exhibit in '68, then another. Luxury jeweler Cartier put a hologram in its Fifth Avenue store window in 1973. A prototype for a holographic movie emerged in 1976. Then, in 1983, MasterCard put the first hologram on a credit card for security. The following year, National Geographic put a hologram on its March 1984 issue, and the 3D Eagle wowed millions of readers. Holograms had arrived, and they'd become a part of our everyday lives. Today, holography is used for all sorts of applications: data storage, security measures, recording of fragile ancient artifacts, some digital cameras, even for creating realistic models for facial surgery. But one popular modern hologram isn't. Know those concerts that bring dead artists like Tupac and Michael Jackson back on stage? They're not actually holograms. They're projections that use an illusion effect called Pepper's Ghost. But the mistake proves the ubiquity of the word hologram and the general concept.
Yeah, I was watching like it was a TED talk, and he was trying to clarify the holograms, right? Like it's some kind of video projection something or whatever, right? It's the correct terms, but it's about a 10-minute TED talk or whatever. But yeah, it was quite interesting, but really boring guy to watch. Oh man, I don't know. So check this out, right? But safety failures still occur, and sometimes they're fatal. One such accident occurred in Michigan in 2015 and has prompted a lawsuit. A woman working in a factory was killed by a robot that bypassed multiple security measures. The robot made it through security doors into an area it wasn't allowed, where the fatal results weren't the robot's fault alone. Safety review found several security devices had failed, and safety enforcement at the plant was something or whatever. But this is nothing to do with AR VR, but it's interesting, right? That like a robot has claimed his first victim, right? Safety enforcement at the plant was lax. Yeah, you know, that's what I keep saying, guys. Inspections, and more inspectors. That is what is going to save lives, okay? More inspections, more inspectors, okay? And if it has to be done by drones and AR and VR, then so be it. But That's what's going to save lives. I'm saying, man, I cannot believe that the deaths in construction deaths in construction have like tripled, man, over the past 10 years. With all the new safety protocols and all the new stuff, people are dying at a higher rate. And why is that? I'll tell you why. It's because of the lower margins, right? The bidding strategies that are out there right now is to lower your margins, right? Right now, margins are at like 4% when they should be at 8 to 12. That's too low, right? And it's dangerous. We're being rushed, and people are making fatal mistakes, right? And that's what it's all about, is saving lives. Honestly, I could care less about the money and the schedule and all that, right? But people who, get up to go to work deserve to come home, right? They need to come home at the end of the day. People are not expendable, right? There's people who rely on those people. They have families and things like that, right? If this stuff can make the job safer and watch our backs, right? I hope that it's not about having good sense or common sense. It's about and losing that. It's about having inspections done, right? Proper inspections. We're all guilty of it. Like when we go in the morning and we hop in our scissor lifts or boom lifts or whatever like that, we're supposed to do a full function test, right? We're supposed to test the auxiliary power and all the functions on the ground controls, the basket controls. Like, we're supposed to do that every day. But nobody does it. Only in industrial projects where you're made to do it, and is when people do it, right? In commercial, if you were to sit there for an hour every day testing your machine, you would get fired. You would get fired, right? And that's sad reality, So if you had the proper proper sensors and monitoring systems, and properly trained inspectors and things like that, like, come on, man, like, it's crazy. There's just not enough inspections being done, right? We're being rushed. It's crazy, right? So it's a dangerous time to be in the trades right now. It's a very dangerous time. So I hope that we all stay safe, you all stay safe, and make it home at the end of the day, because it's you got to remember too, guys, like, nobody is going to take a bullet for you. When you're at work, nobody's going to take a bullet for you, right? You have to protect yourself, and you need to inspect your stuff, inspect it yourself. Don't let somebody else write your hazard assessment for you. You need to do it yourself, right? You need to have a physical walk of your work area, and you need to remember, you don't have a right, you have an obligation to refuse unsafe work, okay? It's not a right, it's an obligation, okay? But anyways, that was artificial I did it again. That was augmented reality, virtual reality, and uses for it in construction. It was a good stream today, guys. Your Real Estate Whisperer isn't going live today, so but we're all thinking of you guys, the small horns, and hope everything is as good as it can be and all that, right? We love you guys, and we'll see you when you're back, right? Vince and Wheelrow and Amos, man, hanging out. Hash TV, was in the house today. I'm doing good, by the way. I saw your chat message there. We're good, guys. Scully and Carlos, and Rue was here. Michael Daniels, Klein Guy. I hope that that nickname will help you out. He will for sure. Definitely join us on Saturday mornings there. He's live for like 5 hours, right? But I've got a lot of good information from him. There's another guy I follow, Dan Courier, who he's great. He's really great for like beginners, right? He can teach you a lot of stuff if you're a beginner, Then Nick Nimmin would be more the intermediate to advanced stuff, but he's still great for beginners too. Don't get me wrong. I would stick with him, and especially if you're learning Streamlabs, right? He'll maple syrups, maple syrup, yeah. Oh, Carlos in the maple syrup, I love it, eh? Yeah, man. Oh, Richard Garner, yeah, of course. String Bean and Brandon was in the house. Yeah. Ant, oh my yeah, man, my man Ant was in the house. Shout out Team Smoke, and Dana Tools was in the house today. Yeah, good stuff. No, there's some new people. A chef was in the house. Yeah, love seeing the new guys. New subscriber. We're at 785 subscribers right now. Closing in on 800, and yeah. You're very welcome, Eddie. You're very welcome. You have a great day. And everybody, I'll see you on the next one. This is Chris. Bye for now.